Is he mad? Angry mad? I would say no, and go ahead with crazy mad. He's a madman, of course. Madness is a condition in which it's difficult to identify whether it is true or not. Remind you of anyone? Maybe Hamlet? Well, throughout the play, Hamlet has been questioned to be mad or crazy many times, since he spoke about faking it and trying to fool everyone. After the ghost, aka his father, tells Hamlet that Claudius has murdered him, Hamlet begins to plan his next steps. Now, from the quote from Act 1, Scene 5, lines 171 to 173, "How strange or odd soever I bear myself, as I perchance hereafter I shall think to meet to put an antic disposition on." Here he warns his friends that he will put an antic disposition, also known as pretend to be a madman, right? But doesn't that really settle it? He says he's going to pretend to be mad. I mean, come on. Pretend to be mad. But is he actually mad? You never know. But keep in mind that Hamlet says he's going to pretend to be mad, right? Hamlet's already melancholy at the beginning of the play, am I right? Any normal person would not just think of pretending to be mad, unless of course they already know it themselves and wanted to find a way to hide it. But Hamlet does differently and tells his friends right away that he shall pursue the act. As loving and as gentle Hamlet may seem, he's still shown as suicidal and unhappy with the event of his father's death and the shock he is in from his mother and marrying so quickly. Did I mention it was his uncle that she married? But anyway, if someone spoke about suicide, wouldn't you make the assumption right away that he is mad? Of course, people who are understanding and can relate to him would get why he said it. But he was so set on leaving Denmark that all he wanted to do was escape, right? Now, unless you're losing your mind, you'd be able to tell yourself, I must accept what happened and become a stronger person. But Hamlet tries to find ways to escape, as well as believe the guards and a friend, that they have seen a ghost of his father. I mean, it's a ghost. Come on. He didn't even second guess that the ghost doesn't exist. Anyway, it's hard to say what's going through his mind, except for the fact that he is mad. For my secondary source, Hamlet, after the interview with his father's spirit, has announced to his friends his probable intent to bear himself strange and odd, and put an antic disposition. But the poet speaks his own meaning throughout Hamlet's mouth when he makes the prince assure his mother it is not madness. The madness is but simulated, still it is not cool reason that directs his conduct and governs his impulses, his weakness and his melancholy, the weariness of his life, the intruding thoughts of suicide, the abrupt transitions, the towering passion, the wild or scornful levity, the infirmity of purpose. These are not feigned. They indicate crushed affections and blighted hopes. They show the surveying reason, not overthrown by disease, not capped into any illusion, not paralyzed in its power of intention and coherent thought, but perplexed, darkened, distracted by contending and natural emotions from real causes. His mind is overwhelmed with the oppressive sense of natural horrors or more horrible earthly wrongs and terrible duties. Such cause would throw any mind from its priority, but is the sensitive, meditative, yet excitable and kind-hearted prince, quick in feeling, warm in affection, rich in thought, full of large discourse, looking before and after. Now, the reason why I myself portray him as mad is because of the generation that we live in. Anyone that talks about suicide or killing anyone or another person for revenge is absolutely crazy. But back in Shakespeare time, would you still think he's mad? Or would you want him to achieve his goal? The times are different from now and then, so Shakespeare's message could have been different from the way that we interpret it to be now. Now, my relationship to a real world is the movie The Punisher. The main character, who is an undercover FBI agent who becomes a vigilant assassin who wants to seek vengeance on a mafia businessman who killed his family. The Punisher seeks revenge, but does not only end up killing the businessman leader, he ends up killing the entire crew that works for him, for the businessman, and he ends up killing the entire crew that works for him, as well as anyone who comes in his way. His actions get involved in the mess, and due to the same thoughts of revenge as the play in Hamlet, the Punisher's madness results in the death of at least hundreds of lives that were not the cause of his family's death, but to Maine's boss's death. Keep calm, and thank you for watching.